What is going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be doing a prediction video for the Champions League final and the Europa League final. But before I start the video for today, I'd like to remind you to smash a like on the video if you do enjoy the content, and also do remember to subscribe to the channel as well, because I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers, so your support will be very much appreciated. Just drop a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you have, then thank you very much. But yeah, today I'm going to be doing a prediction video for the Champions League final and Europa League final. So if you don't know, the Europa League final is going to be Manchester United versus Villarreal. Yesterday, Manchester United played Roma in the second leg and actually lost 3-2, but because they won 6-2 in the first leg, they won 8-5 in aggregate, so they've gone through to the final. And then Villarreal drew with Arsenal yesterday 0-0, but because they won 2-1 in the first leg, they go through 2-1 in aggregate. So yeah, it's going to be Villarreal versus Manchester United in the final of the Europa League, and then Manchester City versus Chelsea in the final of the Champions League. Manchester City beat PSG 2-1 in the first leg and then 2-0 in the second leg, and Chelsea drew 1-1 with Real Madrid in the first leg and then won the second leg 2-0. So both should be really, really interesting games, and I'm quite excited to make a prediction for it. I'm going to start off with the Europa League final. Now, I'm going to try and do this unbiased because I support Manchester United. So I'm going to try and look at it just as what I think is going to happen as like a neutral, as a football fan, and try and put my allegiance to the side. But I still think Manchester United will win. Just as I think most people would agree, Manchester United are a much better side than Villarreal on paper. They have much better players. They've had a better season than Villarreal. I don't know what position Villarreal are in La Liga, but it's definitely below the top four because I think it's Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Sevilla. I know the top four, and it's those four, and they're way ahead of everyone else. But they're not in that group, so they're not. And whereas Manchester United are second in the Premier League, which in my opinion is a better league than La Liga in any case. So I think Manchester United should go into this as favourites to win it. But do I expect to see a very good game of football played? No, I don't. I expect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to play a little bit pragmatic. I think this is his first final, so I think it will be a little bit defensive. I think we might see Fred and McTominay holding the midfield like he usually does. I think he'll go with his reliable players. I think we'll see Pogba on the left. We'll see Bruno at number 10. I think we'll see Rashford on the right. I think we'll see Cavani up top. I think we'll see Fred and McTominay, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof, and then either De Gea or Henderson. I'm still not sure what's going to happen there. It should be De Gea. He was absolutely brilliant yesterday. And to be honest, without him, I think Manchester United would be out, to be honest, because he made some great saves. And Roma could have easily turned that around, which would have been mental for lots of football fans. It wouldn't have been great for me, but yeah, that would have been crazy. But I think United will play quite defensive. I think they'll be a little bit scared to go forward. I think they'll kind of play within themselves, but I do think they'll get the job done. Villarreal obviously have some decent players. They have Gerard Moreno, who I don't know how he's been playing this season, but I know he's not a bad player. They have Pau Torres, who United were linked to in the summer as well. So they don't have a bad. I don't know many of their players, but I know that their team isn't bad, and I know that they're not bad because they're in the Europa League final. So they're obviously not a bad team. So I'm expecting quite a difficult game, and obviously the Spanish teams they're always very good technically, so they're going to pass the ball around, and I'm expecting quite an even game in terms of possession. But I think it's going to be about who's more clinical enough, and I think Manchester United will create slightly more chances, but I think it will be quite a negative game, a little bit cagey. I think both teams will be very nervous. Many of the United players, this will be their first proper final that they've played in, so I think they'll be a little bit nervy there. I think Villarreal as well. Obviously, Unai Emery is he's obviously very experienced in Europa League finals. Obviously, he won it 3 times with Sevilla, so he knows Europa League finals. But I do think we'll have too much for Villarreal. I think the score will be 2-1 to Manchester United. I think it'll be a cagey game. I think it'll be 2-1, and I reckon the scorers will be I'm going to say Cavani and Rashford. I think Cavani and Rashford will score, and I think for Villarreal, I think Jared Moreno will score. Which I think in the order that I think it will go in, I think Villarreal will score first, and I think Villarreal will start better in the game. I think United will start off nervous. I think Villarreal will score a goal, and then I think United in the second half will start to pick it up a little bit, like we've seen quite regularly this season. They've been very poor in the first half quite regularly, and then the second half they turn it around. I think that will be quite similar to that. I think they'll be down after the first half. I think Villarreal will go into halftime 1-0 up. I think United will turn it around. Cavani will get the first, and then Rashford will seal it in like the 70th minute. That's my guess. That's my prediction. Let me know if you agree with that one. But I'm going to move on to my prediction of the Champions League final. Now, this is an interesting one because City surely have to be favourites for this because they're by far the best team in England, and probably Europe and the world, to be honest. But it's a Champions League final. It's 0-0. We don't know what's going to happen here because, Chelsea are in good form under Thomas Tuchel. They've got some good players as well. I think they're probably the second most formed team in the Premier League behind City. So I think that it is going to be a very interesting game. I think Kante is absolutely crucial for Chelsea. I think, especially you saw Kante against Real Madrid. He absolutely ran the midfield. So I think he'll be crucial in the game if Chelsea want to win it. I think Mason Mount is another crucial player for Chelsea. I think he's had a very good season, and I think he's one of their main sources of creativity in the team. I think even Timo Werner to an extent may be quite important to really run at City's back line and cause a few problems for it's probably going to be Ruben Diaz and John Stones, I would guess, or maybe Laporte, I'm not sure, but they're not the fastest of defenders. So, I mean, obviously they have fast fullbacks. They have Kyle Walker that they can play on the right, or João Cancelo. Both of them are fast. Benjamin Mendy isn't slow either. So I think Werner will be quite important trying to as that kind of outlet because City are going to have most of the possession. So I think on the counter-attack, Werner's going to be crucial. I think Kante, as I said, will be crucial. I think the defence is going to have to be on it in the final. I think players like Rudiger is going to have to be on it. Thiago Silva, I would presume that Azpilicueta will play. I think Ben Chilwell will play. So I think they're going to have to really be on their game. And I think they're going to have a very good performance, Chelsea. Everyone's going to have to play well. I think for City, I think the crucial players for them are Foden. I think Foden is huge in that game. I think he is in such great form now. I think he's probably up there with the best youngsters in the world, even though as a United fan, I don't like to say that. I mean, he is. That's the reality. He's such a good player. He's so talented. And I honestly think at the moment, he's better than De Bruyne. That's just on form, not in terms of their career, obviously not, because De Bruyne has had an amazing career at City. He's done really well there. And I think he is actually crucial as well. I think De Bruyne and Foden are two crucial players. I think City are going to have a lot of the ball, so their creative players are going to be very important. I think Mahrez, if he starts, he's going to be very important. I think that the creative players are going to be the important ones in the game. I think, obviously, Rodri is an important player. And I do think that if City can create enough chances and score an early goal or an early 2 goals, I think they'll win it, because I think the only way that I can see City losing is if it's 0-0 and it's a little bit cagey and City don't score. And because if City score, Chelsea have to go after it, leaving more space in behind, meaning more chances for City, and City will go win it. But I think if Chelsea want to win it, they have to leave it cagey. I think if it's 0-0 and they keep it cagey, then I think they have a chance, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know. Someone's going to slip. Someone may make a mistake that leads to a chance. You just don't know. So I think Chelsea have to keep it cagey if they want to have a chance. What do I personally think? I think it will be 3-1 to City. I think City will score early. I don't think it will be a cagey game. I think City will really go after it. I think they'll start off on the front foot. I think they'll go 3-0 up, and I think Chelsea will pull a consolation back. I think the goal scorers will be, I think Foden will get 2, and I think Mahrez will get 1 as well. And I think for Chelsea, I think Pulisic off the bench will get 1. So Yeah, I think that they're both really good games and really good finals. We actually could see a Manchester derby in the Super Cup this year as well, which would be cool to see. Um, but yeah, I think both are really good finals. I think obviously I wouldn't miss either of them. I think both of them. I'm not sure how good a game United's game will be. I think they'll keep it cagey, but again, you don't know. United are like inconsistent like that. You just don't know. They may, if it'll be interesting for neutral fans if Villarreal get an early goal, because I think then you'll start to see United playing some decent football, and it could be a really interesting game. But yeah, I think that's a good game to watch, and I would advise you watch that. And I think the Chelsea City game is obviously a must see. Champions League is always a must see. Champions League final is always a must see. So I think they'll both be really good. I think they'll both be good games. I mean, yeah, I think I would watch them if I were you. And very good teams in the final. I think there are a lot. I thought it was going to be an all English European finals. I thought that was going to be the case because the English teams at the moment are really, really good. And I think that's undeniable at the moment how good the English teams are and how strong they are. So I think City Chelsea is going to be a very good final. And I think United Villarreal will be interesting as well, especially from my perspective as a United fan. I'm really hoping we can get a trophy, and hopefully that can lead on to better performances. Well, maybe even getting 2 trophies or progressing towards challenging properly for the title next season, which I really believe we can do if we make the right signings. But yeah, this isn't about United, this is about predictions. So yeah, there are my predictions. 2-1 to United and 3-1 to Manchester City. I'm predicting the 2 Manchester teams to take the win in the European finals, obviously at the end of the month. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy the video for today. Make sure you do write down in the comment section below your predictions. Obviously, things can change because of injuries and all of that stuff. I'm making this video quite early, and there's still quite a few weeks until the Champions League final and the Europa League final. So a lot of things can change until then, which may change my prediction. But for now, I think that's my prediction. Make sure you do write your predictions in the comment section. Write your goal scorers, the scoreline, everything. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy the video for today. Make sure you do leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so already. And yeah, have a great day, guys.